Like, you're
Don't
not
talk about it.
every player.
What are you
right now
doing,
is like,
bro?
What? Like,
Oh no, Turkey, no.
Peyton Manning, like Drew Brees, all these they're like, what?
Yeah.
Even if you're like, what? Come on, man.
Oh my gosh.
Got a little too
The
excited.
The fact that it was leaked by Kirk is just...
You would think it'd be somebody else. Like,
what are we doing, Kirk?
Never
What are we
change.
doing?
Never change, Kirk Cousins. Never change.
He's just like, listen, okay,
can't help
I
but
got
love
a
the guy.
10% off coupon at Kohl's, and I am not about to miss this right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Beardzone podcast. I'm one of the hosts. Yeah, okay. Look at these guys. They didn't even they just came on the camera and they both had merch, and I'm like, yo, what's going on right now? But that's Theo, that's Scooter, fellas. Outside of y'all's drip, how y'all doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing amazing. Scooter, how about you?
Dude, I'm feeling great. I got I don't know how many days left in this hotel room. But while I got it, man, hit the share, hit the like, hit the subscribe, whatever you gotta do, y'all. It's gonna be a great episode. I'm ready for it, gents.
Oh,
Yes,
so ready.
sir.
So ready.
Guys, it has been a roller coaster.
Ooh.
My head has been on a swivel. And let's just go ahead and kick off this free agency with the way that it felt like it got kicked off. And that was Mac Jones traded to the Jaguars. What? Why?
So,
And no one cared.
right? Like,
No
as a
one.
Jaguars fan, you're like, wait, what? And as a Patriots fan, you're going, so we're going for him? We're going for Caleb? Like, and then you look at who they acquired, man. Free agency was like, hold my beer. Like, and it was like, free agency doesn't even start till the 13th.
Yeah.
And it's the 11th. And we're just, let's go.
Yeah. Dude, it's like a Black Friday deal. You know, like everyone always gets like 5 to 10 minutes early. You know, that's what the NFL did this free agency. They were like, Patriots started.
NFL agents were like camping outside the NFL, like, let's go.
Yeah. I feel like every year we're like trying to this is what we want it to be. Like we always hear like, okay, this guy's gonna go this place, this guy's gonna every year we get the hype that comes before it, and then free agency comes and it's like 2 guys get traded, one big move happens and you're like, okay, right. It's not this year. It was like every dream scenario, every last big move that you could think of happened.
I will say,
yeah,
we called it last year. Hug your running backs. And guess who got the bag?
Carousel.
Almost like everyone we talked about for the past 18 months just got traded or they went for the bag. Like, everyone's getting paid. Some people betrayed their team, but didn't really betray their team because they didn't get paid.
Rightfully so.
Right?
Rightfully so.
I was about to say, they got stabbed in the back.
Yeah. And then teams like the Texans, they had so many signings of I would say impactful players, but I think it's an excellent compliment to their youth, right? Look who they got off the edge. Dave, I know you're excited about that.
Dude, Daniel Hunter and Will Anderson off the edge in Texas. It's a dream scenario. And the thing about it is that Texans, they were already, look, they were a playoff team last year, right? They're young, they're youthful, they got their quarterback. It looks like that they got their head coach. Now they're just adding depth pieces and more impact players. People want to go to Houston, they want to play for them. They haven't made a lot of signings, right? But they've made impactful signings, just like what you said. And I think, with the signing of Daniel Hunter there off the edge. And then who is the running back? They got Joe Mixon. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like, dude, they're going to be a problem there in the AFC South.
Oh yeah, it's the AFC South. But if y'all realize the AFC South on a whole, once they saw these moves being made by the Texans, the AFC South on a whole, you started to see movements being made. You started to see like, wait a minute, we got to be prepared. We're gonna get to a lot of it, but big moves being made by the Titans. Running backs.
Yeah. All right,
Calvin,
you know what? Let's
Calvin
just say
Ridley's
it.
a Titan now. Calvin Ridley got the bag.
No one saw that coming.
No
one. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's going to be the Patriots or it's going to be the Jaguars." And then they're towards the end, someone like sprinkled in the Jets. We posted a poll on Twitter. By the way, follow us on all of our socials. We'll definitely drop them down in the link below. But follow us on socials because we've been active and we love bantering with you guys. We absolutely love it.
My hands are sore, man. Like, I've been typing away so much stuff about the past 2 to 2.5 days, and like, I might have to go to the doctor for carpal tunnel, man. Like,
dude, I'm right there with you, man. The last poll that we put up was a Calvin Ridley poll, and where is he going to land? And a lot of people were saying the Jaguars. We had almost 400 votes on it. A lot of people were saying the Jaguars. I didn't even put the Titans on that poll because where do they come from? But 4 years, $92 million. All right, cool. Excellent. I guess.
Excellent add-on for Levis and D-Hop, right?
Yes.
And Tony Pollard.
Did y'all see the I don't know if any of y'all saw the post from Bleacher Report where they're comparing, dude, the Titans. This is like like, so 4 years, $100 million, $57 million guaranteed. Who got that deal? 2 years ago?
Wait, 4 years?
4 years, $100 million, a 4-year deal worth $100 million with $57 million guaranteed. 2 years.
That?
2 years ago.
Tannehill?
No, AJ Brown.
Oh.
AJ Brown got that deal going to the Eagles 2 years ago, and then the Titans go and spend $92 million deal for 4 years, $50 million guaranteed on an older. What are you doing? What are you doing?
AJ Brown is so much better than Ridley.
Like, light years better. Like, they basically spent the same amount for older, almost washed. Like, he's not fully washed. I still think Ridley has some left in the tank. But come on, y'all. What are we doing?
I don't know, man.
Interesting. I didn't even think about that.
I didn't know the contract details, but like going back to like, wow. Okay, so the Jags are very questionable now in the AFC South, and then the Titans, I think, are they're building back to some relevancy after losing Henry. And they didn't even give him a deal back. And now I think there was the Dallas Cowboys getting rid of Pollard. Oh, is Henry going to them? But they're going back to the Texans, man. They got some depth in the DB area. So like you got Jeff Okudah, you got Mike Ford, Lonnie Johnson, Desmond King, man. You got Aziz Ashir. That was a good one for them in the middle. But they re-signed Dalton Schultz. And that is the safety net for CJ Stroud. And I tell you what, I am excited to watch the Houston Texans go to the playoffs again. Seriously.
Watch out for this team. Watch out for this team.
They're going to be very dangerous there in the South. Very dangerous there in the South. And the AFC just continues to get stronger. You just noted it just a little bit ago, Scooter, but King Henry finds himself paired up with Lamar Jackson.
I'm pretty sure we floated that idea
Another Beardzone call-out, by the way. Another Beardzone call-out.
Another Beardzone call-out.
It was like Bills, Ravens, and we did that whole scenario. Right? Cheers, bro. Like, seriously, we're like, could you imagine Josh Allen and King Henry? And I think it was Theo who was like, could you imagine Lamar Jackson and King Henry? And we're like, So you're going to get juked out
Our
of your
brain
shoes.
broke.
Like, I saw highlight reels of Derrick Henry, and I was like, this man's got the strongest stiff arm in the league. Like, historically. Like, he's just throwing linebackers, safeties, you name it.
My question for you guys is something. So yes, we saw the Ravens get Derrick Henry, but we also saw them lose 2 of their starting offensive line that went to the Jets.
Yeah.
So good signing by the Jets to try and protect Aaron Rodgers, right?
Finally.
Or I mean, who knows? I mean, Aaron Rodgers 2024. Let's go. But
I'm not ready.
Dude. I couldn't help it, man.
You heard it first.
I couldn't help it.
Oh, goodness.
Well, what does that mean for Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson? Because I felt like Lamar Jackson finally got comfortable in the pocket last year, and now they kind of miss. They're missing now 2 key pieces of that offensive line that did keep him, nice and protected. I think it's going to help with the signing of Derrick Henry because you're going to have to, obviously respect that. But I mean, at the same time, it's like you should have maybe kept at least like 1.
Yeah. My thought with that, I mean, we'll see how it plays out, but to me, Lamar Jackson actually has a pretty quick release when he's ready, and then 2, he's so shifty in that backfield. Like I always kind of feel like his O-linesmen have to do from time to time have a little bit less work to do because he's so good at kind of feeling out movement and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see how they make up for that, but I'm with you. I think they should have kept at least 1. I mean, the O-line's been the foundation of your team, man. Like it's nice to get that rushing attack. I mean, but listen, the finesse of Lamar Jackson with the sheer mass of Derrick Henry. Can they just go without O-line?
So my question to you
all
is
read option. Don't even worry about the pass. It's 4,000 yards rushing all year long.
Just run. They're gonna run.
Screenplays and RPOs, just every single time.
And you can't stop it. Like
you can't. That's the problem. You're not going to be able to stop it. Speaking of not being able to stop it, the Philadelphia Eagles, they lost Jason Kelce. He officially, said his retirement. Great career, Hall of Fame career, man.
Absolute Hall of Famer.
Obviously, hate to see him leave the NFL, but love to see what he's going to be doing, continuing his career off of the field with, his podcasts and everything else like that. But everyone was just like, what's going to happen with Jalen Hurts now that he doesn't have Jason Kelce for the tush push? Well, no worries. No worries. We got probably the strongest running back in the league to go ahead and barrel his way right into, Jalen Hurts' back, so then that way they can push him over that goal line. Saquon Barkley, a Philadelphia Eagle. Fellas, how are we feeling about that one?
Oof.
I just want to say it. Tiki Barber opening his mouth.
Come on.
Was the dumbest thing he could have done. Tiki Barber was very mid at best. He was not the best barber to play in the NFL. That was Rondé. I will die on that hill.
Rondé.
Tiki
Shout out.
fumbled more than anybody in his last 2 years in the NFL. And I think the Philadelphia Eagles taking Saquon Barkley are going to make me hate the Eagles even more. And I didn't think that was possible.
I just don't understand as a player. I saw this he did an interview afterwards talking about, oh man, it's my job to speak to the emotions of the fans. I'm just trying to trying to echo what the fans are feeling right now. It's no hard feelings. I'm like, dude, you are an ex-player first. Like, you're an NFL player first. How do you not understand how this thing works? Like, you're gonna go and just try to when you come out and say something like that, you're starting to snowball. You didn't come out with peace. You came out looking for violence. So it's like, of course, Saquon is gonna come back at you, and I was glad he did too. Like, dude, get over yourself. And like Scooter said, you're mid-career. Like, dude has to get paid, and blame the Giants for not paying what they needed to keep him. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I was gonna say they gave all their money to Daniel Jones.
Jones.
And they're not signing anybody else. They
No.
are losing people left and right. The Giants, I don't know who's worse.
I will
say this.
One guy though that's going to be a little scary. But,
they did.
Burns,
Brian
right?
Burns.
Yeah.
And they paid him. All of their money went to Daniel Jones and Brian Burns.
Pretty much.
So those two guys don't carry the team.
$150 million, dude. Granted, Brian Burns, absolute game wrecker. He's definitely going to be very soft. And to see him paired up with who is it? Thibodeau, right?
Yeah, Thibodeau. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, to see them on the D line, that's going to be scary.
Well, someone has to play football for the Giants.
Well, it's going to be them because I don't know if it's going to be Daniel Jones. I mean, granted, hey, shout out to him. Good luck. I don't know how you're going to get pressured every single play because you guys have no O-line. You have no running back now.
Nope.
And who are your wide receivers?
Dude, he has
Darren Waller.
A litany of slot wide receivers they got pretty much there. They got all the slot wide receivers.
No.
It's like he had a wide receiver room full of like Scotty Millers.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like look, I like Scotty, right? I mean, he was a great player.
You're not wrong.
I want to put him at my number one.
No.
Man, it's going to be rough.
Yeah.
It's going to be really rough.
To the Birds, the Birds in the NFL have a funny way of doing business. And the whitest man in the entire NFL decided to go to the Atlanta Falcons, and he absolutely got the bag. Kirk Cousins is rolling in Cole's cash, everybody. Like, I can't remember who did it, but they like mapped out in his pleated khakis. Someone mapped out the distance from Mercedes-Benz Stadium to Cole's to like where he potentially would live. It's like 15 minutes. I'm like, dude, savage.
Oh man, yeah.
But I think the NFC South is kind of, with that addition of Kirk Cousins to the Falcons, I think made the Bucs fans a little apprehensive. Like, I was like,
a little bit.
That's gonna be interesting.
I mean, there's a lot of question marks. I think there's, we got to remember he's still coming off Achilles. He is not very mobile, so it's not a huge part of his game. But Achilles is, it's not an easy injury to come back from. No matter what our next president says.
Yes.
I
was trying to think of how I was going to sneak that in there, and Theo took it beautifully. I love it.
Dude, like,
I absolutely love it.
Yeah, but I just,
touche.
I think it's. I mean, for me, and it's a special place in my heart because I'm a Bijan and Kyle Pitts owner in Dynasty Fantasy Football. So very happy, very, very happy, very excited. I'm looking on the upside. I have all the optimism, but there is, I think everyone is kind of like, oh, Super Bowl Falcons, like they're going all the way. Let's, I'm pumping the brakes on that thought. But that team's definitely going to be much better this year.
Yeah, I mean, granted, Atlanta's never really been that great in prime time, so I think it's a perfect fit. But I think that it is going to be a very interesting,
Welcome to the smoke. Yeah,
spicy to those boys. I like it.
This episode,
I like it.
So, but let's stay in the NFC South because Scooter, our boy Jason Light, he is doing his thing. Mike Evans is gone. Wrong. He's back in Tampa. Baker Mayfield to the Patriots. Wrong. He's back in Tampa. Levante David. He's not going to retire Tampa. Wrong. He's back in Tampa. And he brought back my boy Jordan Whitehead.
There we go. We don't even need Devin White. We don't even.
The boys are back.
Yeah,
let's go.
Definition of running it back.
And the fact that the Super Bowl is in New Orleans right now. You clip this. Right now, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win the Super Bowl in New Orleans next year.
Dear God.
And it
is. I know you're listening.
My goodness.
Listen.
But we're praying for the Bucs for the Super Bowl.
You two are.
New Orleans.
You two are.
In New Orleans. Can you imagine the sweetness it will taste to host the Lombardi in the Superdome or in the Mercedes Dome or whatever it is now? Dude.
I don't know what it is now. But I
think it's like the Caesar Dome or something. I don't know.
I still think we need to get a backup because Kyle Trask is not the solution. And hoping on your number one quarterback is not the way to run your season. Jets or the Falcons.
I don't understand.
Or the Vikings or the Raiders, and the list goes on and on and on.
You know what? Speaking of the Raiders, I have to say this. This snuck under my radar, but them adding Christian Wilkins is very, very scary.
Yeah, that Raiders.
Mahomes better buy some Depends because he's going to be. I can't say that, but he's going to be ruining his pants during the game.
Crosby on the ground. Oof. Oh. It's and with Kristen Wilkins. Oh my goodness.
Tyrone. God dang it! I cannot remember now. The guy I was talking about last year for Texas Tech, their draft pick. God, I can't remember his name. But they have the two wonderful edge guys. Now they got Wilkins. Like, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's happening on the offensive side. Hey, I mean, listen, Gardner Minshew on the offensive side. Hey, I love it. He's not a slouch. I don't necessarily think he's taking you into the post. Patrick. But yeah, exactly. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, he's the next. Great comp. He is
great comp. Yeah. I think that's very accurate.
Yeah, I don't understand who they're going to pick up. Oh, they got Amir Abdullah for running back. They re-signed it, but I still don't think they have a strong number one running back guy. And they lost Hunter Renfrow. Sorry. So the number two guy in the wide receiver world needs to be picked back up because he's been solid for them. Not exactly consistent, but like he's shown up in the bigger times.
Jacoby Myers?
Oh, man. I need to go do my homework, y'all. Give me a second. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah. Yeah, they do have Myers. My bad.
So I want to say on the Raiders because they did add to the defensive side. They lost on the offensive side though. Josh Jacobs is now in Green Bay.
Great move by Green Bay. Great move by Green Bay, but it
started a series of events that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah,
Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Jones
going to the enemy of the Packers.
It went.
Dude, I can't
went right across the battle lines and knocked on the door and said,
"Come on!
I know you won't pay your quarterback, but how about a running back?
Come on! I love it."
And they got him. Aaron Jones in the purple.
We said in the beginning, pay the running backs, and that's
exactly what
Aaron Jones and Jacobs got, man.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, and I love it. But the thing about it is that Minnesota, like, great, you signed, Aaron Jones, good job with that.
But you lost Darnold.
Yeah.
They got Sam Darnold.
After that, it's been a train wreck on the Minnesota side.
It's like what's going on,
And you lost to Neil Hunter.
You go from Kirk Cousins to Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
What?
Nah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that team is looking like, and now you got Justin Jefferson, who was on the fence about signing another contract without a quarterback.
He was,
and it's like, okay, how are they going to get this guy to sign a long-term contract?
I don't know, because he is number one. He is a number one guy. Like
100%.
Whoever he goes to, he will get paid. Mm-hmm. So it's not like there are a couple teams that are in the. Like the Bucs were for last year, the spicy category for cap space. Like I know they upped the cap space, but he's gonna garner, like Justin Jefferson's gonna garner a lot of money.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Based on what we're seeing, like there's limited cap space, and like people keep floating around the whole Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. We're gonna bring back the LSU offense to the NFL with Justin Jefferson going to Cincy. I'm like, then they don't have anyone else on the offense. Like, those are 3 A-list players. I don't know how that shapes out long term.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work either. I mean, I think that it's fun to say, it's fun to talk about because that would be awesome to have the trio back there, as kind of like a little LSU homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't foresee that happening.
Vikings aren't going to
let him go. And I know that they're not going to trade him.
No way.
They're not going to trade him. What's probably going to happen is that they're gonna put the franchise tag on him at least for 1 year because he'll be a restricted free agent. But then the second year he won't be. So he'll be able to get paid wherever he goes. And which I don't know where he'll go. I don't even know. Like as you were just talking, I was trying to think of like maybe some teams that might be able to like get him. But I don't know. I don't know who can. I really.
That would be a record. He's only going for a record-setting contract. Like that's the only thing that he's going
and
for.
Jamar Chase is in that same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like keep in mind who he came in with.
Yeah. So, hey, I want to talk about a team that okay, hold on, wait. The next big move that was kind of happened over the weekend, which, dude, it's already almost unbearable. But Russell Wilson is a Pittsburgh Steeler, and I don't really care.
Let's weld.
Let's weld.
No, he's gonna have like some some crazy good game. Then he's gonna be like, still got it.
Yeah,
and we're all gonna be like,
danger wits.
Oh God.
Oh,
dude.
That's a discount
pretty
quarterback,
dangerous.
though, because
that is the most uncomfortable commercial I've ever watched.
Oh, it's so uncomfortable. I mean,
his Subway commercial
just
needs
everything
to be
he does.
Banned.
Yeah, everything he does is hard to watch, but that was particularly like.
That was
like
what is up with the Pittsburgh Steelers just getting these types of guys?
I don't know.
Ever since like Ben Roethlisberger left, it's been like, what did we do?
What character? Oh, excuse me. What character can we sign? It's just like, dude. I mean, talking about Russell Wilson right now is just making me yawn. So let's just move on.
No,
because
no. Let's stay there. Because
why?
They're screwed. Like, you see the NFC North or the AFC North, sorry, and you got Bengals, you got the Ravens, and then you somehow have like the two laughing stock of the AFC just hanging out in their own division.
Browns, let's go.
Yeah, like what? So you now have the crab leg parlor, massages and crab legs, like, and then you have the Steelers who went from Super Bowl run to like Kenny Pickett's got small hands and can't throw touchdowns. And you got Mason Rudolph who's got a dented forehead. And then
Mason Rudolph though just signed with someone. I saw that. Mason Rudolph signed with
he signed with the Titans, right? Was that the Titans?
He needed somewhere to go.
Yeah.
He did sign with the Titans, which I was like, okay.
You bring in Russell Wilson on like, was it $1.8 million or something? Like,
the Broncos are still having to pay $39 million.
Yeah, they're paying most of his bill.
The worst trades in the NFL of guaranteed money, and the Broncos have two of them. They have Brock Osweiler, robbery, and then they go for Russell Wilson.
Washed
Russell Wilson, who are paying for Deshaun Watson an ungodly amount of money. But like you watch Russell Wilson's climb from the Seattle Seahawks, and then you're like, oh, he's going to the Broncos. They have some assets. And the Broncos are on the fastest decline that I think we've seen since the Browns.
Dude, I feel like I can't wait for the draft because so much of these, I feel like this free agency has left so many teams needing to make a splash play at the draft, like to get up there. Like the Raiders, I feel like the Raiders have to find a way to get up and get a quarterback. The Broncos have to find a way to get up and get a quarterback. The Vikings have to find a way to get up and get a quarterback. There's not a whole lot left out there for any of these guys, and like we haven't gotten to it yet. But like Fields. Like Fields still there. No trade. Nothing
He's gonna
happened.
stay. Someone has to really come up and seriously offer something for that, because I think Fields, if you watched his tape last year, he was balling out the last 7 games. Granted, they didn't really have much of an O-line. Their run game wasn't as consistent. Their defense was meh. So their pickups in the so far in the free agency world.
Well, they got DeAndre Swift.
They got DeAndre Swift. That was absolutely gold for them. They picked up Jalen Johnson for the outside on cornerback. They got Ryan Bates as an O-line. Great pickup for them. You got Gerald Everett from the Chargers for tight end, so he has another guy to throw to. And then you picked up Kevin Byard out of the Tennessee Titans for safety, and Jonathan Owens.
But I don't understand the Everett signing when they have commit.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. And Everett's not even like a big blocking guy. Like he's more of a pass catching.
No. Yeah, he's more like the Travis Kelce
like Komet. Yeah. So at least I think Komet has more blocking chops than him. So really
Gerald
confused.
Everett's more like a bigger wide receiver though.
Yeah, right.
So he plays more like a Kelce.
So, but to your point, Scooter, like I really think this has to be where it's like, dude, there's all the desperation now among the teams, like now without a quarterback after free agency. Like, Bears, come on, capitalize. Do not make this pick. Please don't make this pick. Like, take every team's hopes and dreams for the next 2 to 3 years. That's what I think should be happening. Like just take it all away.
Time to develop him.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I was talking with some people on Facebook, bantering and stuff like that, and the NFL has this propensity to be incredibly impatient, especially when it comes to running backs and quarterbacks. So when you take a guy like Justin Fields, who has the basically C.J. Stroud similar Ohio State build, and then you just kind of throw it away. Like, you have the talent, clearly. You've shown light that you can put the ball where it needs to be. You can avoid people in the backfield. You're actually very fast on top of that. So if you put the guy in a position to not only learn the system for more than 1 year, and then you give him a running back complement like DeAndre Swift, and you give him a little bit more assets on the front line to at least buy him that time for play action or whatever, and develop them. Like, Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre. Jordan Love sat behind Aaron Rodgers. And they watched that development. They learned from that. Any guy who's came in right off the bat like that, like Justin Fields, usually doesn't span very well. So I think the Bears need to take a look at what they've done with quarterbacks not having a 4,000-yard season very often. I think the last one was like Jay Cutler. So
I don't think it's ever happened.
No, I think that's what I saw the other day, that it hasn't happened.
I thought it was McManahan or something like that. Maybe that's also going way back. But yeah, the Bears historically are run first team. Like when they had Matt Forte in there, like you had the longevity at the running back. But if they can cater to Fields, not necessarily cater to him, but like aid him and mold him, they still can pick up a quarterback in the second round to at least give him some pressure to play a little bit better. But I don't think the Bears just trade away their first pick.
I don't think that they trade away that first pick either. I think that there's too much talent coming into this year's draft for them to just be like, yeah, we can go ahead and trade back. I think that they're in a really good opportunity, and they're kind of looking at what the free agency has done over the past couple of days. They realize probably that they're going to be sticking with Justin Fields, or maybe they already had that in mind. I mean, we don't know. But now they're in a position to where they can be like, okay, we can get some real time. Think about it this way. What if they, I mean, could you imagine if they got like Marvin Harrison Jr. and then at number 9, which isn't an unrealistic thing to say, they could get Brock Bowers? I mean,
but that's also
I know
tight end.
But I know that we just talked about the tight end, and that would count. But the thing about it is that Brock Bowers is, he's almost a wide receiver, but you can go at number 9 and you can get someone, you can get one of these defensive guys that we've been talking about in the college episodes, so they're in a really, really good position. And fun fact, so I did just do like a little Google search. The Bears haven't had a 4,000 yard passer, and guess who else haven't had a 4,000 yard passer? There's one other team.
I'm gonna give
it
one.
was a surprise.
Have not had a 4,000 yard passer.
Yeah.
The Browns?
AFC.
AFC. Nope. Okay. One guess.
Not the Browns.
Titans.
4,000 yard passer.
Mm-mm.
No.
No. No, not the. I was going to say the Jaguars.
What did you just say, Scooter?
Jets. The Jets.
The Jets.
Because Joe Namath is the most overrated Super Bowl winning quarterback in the world.
Troy Aikman, sir. Thank you.
No, Joe Namath won 1 Super Bowl and he was trash.
Dude, Troy Aikman, he was piggybacked. Look at his stats, dude.
So trash quarterbacks historically, Joe Namath, then Troy Aikman.
Basic quarterback.
Troy Aikman, Joe Namath.
Wow.
Agree to disagree, like always.
Right? Wow.
But anyway, one team. Okay, so let's.
Yeah.
I want to go to the NFC though, really quick, because there's one team that has been making a ton of signings, and I think that it's a waste of money on almost all of them.
Wait.
And that is the Washington Commanders.
Are you sure?
I mean, they got to do something, man.
Dude. But they're literally spending all of their money on guys who are washed.
The all geriatric team.
Hey, the Bucs,
man.
The Bucs did that.
Dude, AARP is just signing everyone up at the door as they're going into OTAs this year.
The retirement zone went from Florida to DC really fast.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
seriously, man.
Dude.
Like,
the daycare went from to Tampa to the Pentagon. It's like.
Yeah.
And then what quarterback did they? They drafted They signed
Mariota.
They signed Austin Eckler. They signed Bobby Wagner. 4 years ago, we would be like, "Yo, Washington is killing
That's
it."
That's a crazy. Nah.
Right. It's like now it's like, oh, okay. The only person who is missing on this is Odell Beckham. Which, I mean, watch out. He might sign. You know what I mean? It's just come on.
Like I'm looking at
Zach Ertz too, yeah.
Oh yeah, Zach Ertz, dude.
Tyler Ott, like as their long snapper, like that's probably your longest guy.
It feels like they're trying to cobble together.
Yeah, I don't. They got Armstrong though, off the edge. Dorrance Armstrong for $45 million for 3 years.
Okay, but he's what? How old is Armstrong? He's 30,
man.
At least.
Yeah, probably.
They said
that's what I'm trying to say. Like, what are they doing?
They said the only youth they need is the quarterback.
They're doing what the Cowboys are not doing.
Well,
they're
something. Anything. Something.
The Cowboys signed their long snapper. Everyone. I want everyone to know.
Jerry Jones is like, excuse me. I need a new yacht and need to do updates to this stadium because we're no longer the most fanciest stadium in the NFL.
There are 2 teams I have zero sympathy for in this free agency and moving forward into 2000.
What are you seeing right now, Theo?
Okay, it's not a move. It's not a move that happened. It's just something that popped up.
Oh, okay.
Just something that popped up, but it is going to be something that's going to be discussed during his Falcons press conference. Kirk Cousins admitted to having contact with the Falcons staff directly during the negotiating period, which could lead to tampering investigation.
Well,
what a dad thing to do! Like he's just so honest, bro. Like.
So Kirk Cousins has got to be the most genuine person, man.
That's exactly.
Like the NFL,
they're like, please don't talk about this.
Don't say anything. And he's that dude who's just like, you know what? I'm gonna tell my wife I went to the strip club because that's the right thing to do. I'm not saying do that, people, but I'm just saying, like, he's like. He's
Kirk,
like, no, I'm so sorry, but I have to do this. I spoke with them, and it was during the negotiation period. I know it might be tampering, but I'm telling the truth. Goodell, could we
Raheem
please?
Morris is like, I'm
we...
finally not going to have a losing season, and then Kirk does that, and you're like,
I feel like it's this understood thing that come on, everyone, come on, every last team in the NFL does this. Every last team in the NFL does this. Like we understand,
but no one talks about
but you don't say anything. That's the understand.
You
no
just don't talk about it.
Like you're
don't
not
talk about it.
You know, every player.
What are you
right now
doing,
is like,
bro?
What? Like.
Oh
you
no,
know, like,
Turkey,
Peyton Manning, like Drew Brees, all these like, they're like, what?
Yeah.
Even if you're like, what? Come on, man.
Oh my gosh.
Got a little too excited.
The fact that it was leaked by Kirk is just.
You would think it'd be somebody else. Like,
what are we doing, Kirk?
Never
what
change.
Are we doing?
Never change, Kirk Cousins. Never change.
He's just like, listen, okay,
can't help
I
but
got
love the
a
guy.
10% off coupon at Kohl's, and I am not about to miss this right now. He pulled up in his Toyota Camry and was like, I need to have a
It's a
meeting
minivan,
really
man.
quick.
Oh yeah.
Get it right.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a minivan. No, I think he probably drives an SUV. He's got
It's a 12 seater.
You know the NFL.
Dude, he is definitely a Toyota RAV4 kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
dude, he's got like 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a RAV4. Are you kidding me? That's like a minivan or an Expedition.
Yeah, he got like I said, he got like a 12-seater.
Right? On top of that, like he's like one of the nicest dudes in the NFL. You know, Roger Goodell's gonna be like, did we suspend him? Like,
what do we do?
Like we didn't have to.
I mean, it's not him that's in trouble.
Wait, what did we do now?
The Falcons.
What membership is he a part of right now? Really quick, what rewards program is he a part of? So that way we can take it away for half of the season.
Target and Kohl's Cash. We know that because his wife dresses him. Okay, and he's proud of it. And as a married man myself,
dude,
you guys can agree with me on this. It's okay. It's totally okay if you're.
It's so funny.
It is. What's not okay is if your two co-hosts decide to put on merch and not tell the other guy. Hey, that's what's not okay.
Hey, you got to get with the program, Dave.
Beardzone.
Look, so just to let you guys know, I do have it's a merchant. It's a merch, sir. It does have the Beardzone logo on it, but there's this green screen, so you can't see.
Wait. Did they make the logo all black by mistake? Is that what it is? Like it's just all...
they did.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was a glitch, and I mean, like, you know,
it's like, I totally signed your autograph, but I had an invisible pen, so it's
right, exactly. If we shut off all the lights and we put a black light on my shirt, Beardzone logo right there.
Actually, that's a good idea.
Side note, if y'all are interested.
Let us know.
Let us know. Let us know. Are you interested in these? Like we're happy to get it going for you guys. Just keep.
We are happy. Yeah. We are very happy to get it going, and we would love y'all's support. We appreciate y'all's support right now. But hey, we're trying to do something here.
Mm-hmm.
We're breaking news before Ian Rappaport, sir.
Right.
Go back and watch the tape. Go back and watch the tape.
He's taking our news points.
He
is sifting through our channel.
Hey,
because I've been
who's the source's source? Beardzone.
Come on. Just picking on the little guy. Like he knows that, we're building, we're growing our fan base right now.
We need to get Kohl's as our sponsor to get Kirk Cousins on here, because I got to ask him about this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kohl's
Why would you talk about that? I can't get over it.
Yeah. Not a good move.
Cousins, man.
Not a good move. All right, fellas.
Hey, on a weirder note.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers, VP?
Dude.
What? Like...
We've dropped it a couple of times. Hey, if you want Aaron Rodgers, if you're listening, okay,
no.
RFK Jr., if you're listening, listen. If you need some sort of Theo is so he is shutting it down.
It's the randomest thing too.
Started.
Like
Could you imagine
morning,
Aaron Rodgers RFK 2024 and then a Beardzone banner behind them. Like, dudes, this message is brought to you by the Beardzone or paid for by the Beardzone.
With like $3, but yeah.
Listen, that's $1 a person,
no,
bro.
No, like I woke up this morning and I had a buddy of mine shoot me this message like Aaron Rodgers VP, and I was like, the heck? And like I'm scrolling, I'm like, oh, this is legit. Like, what? Like, did aliens hit the Earth again?
What is happening?
Are we being like,
dude? Aaron Rodgers went on to Joe Rogan twice, and he's now he's a candidate now.
Please don't let this this has
well,
to
continue
stuck
with
to be
us
a joke.
this far in our crazy episode with all
Theo
this
is not even entertaining this.
and all this rocket launching we've been doing this episode. We love y'all. And
there would be a lot of rocket launching if Aaron Rodgers was VP. I'll say that right now.
I'm going back to the Bahamas.
Getting psychedelics.
I'm going back to the Bahamas, guys. Sorry, I can't. I'm going back to the islands.
Everyone's gonna have all night blackout retreat for a week. Everyone's microdosing. Let's do it.
Ayahuasca. Let's go. We're gonna live stream it too. That's what we're gonna do.
It's gonna be mandatory in every house.
I can't. I'm crying. Man. I'm laughing so hard.
Wow.
Okay, so if you're stuck with us this long, we appreciate y'all. We love you.
This has been great.
And you know what? It's been a wild ride, and we're going to keep doing this for y'all. You want to send us an email, it's at the Gmail, at the beardzonepodcast@gmail.com. You got us on Twitter as the Beardzone Pod. And then you got us on Facebook as the Beardzone Podcast. We're on Instagram at the Beardzone Football Podcast. And we have recently introduced a new hashtag Beardzone Pod. If you want to help us out and start tagging us in a bunch of stuff. If you got interesting news updates, tag that and we'll see it. If you want you want us to do some merch, you want us to talk about something specific, hit us up on that as well. Mm-hmm. Anything for the beautiful people, you guys?
I just had so much fun this episode, man. I just, it's been a blast. I appreciate it. It's only getting better, man. We're growing. We're getting more, getting more comfortable. And listen, the NFL. If the NFL is gonna stay this juicy, guys, just be prepared to expect more from the same. We gotta have you guys covered with everything. Let you guys know how we're feeling and and enjoy all of this together. It's fun to enjoy football without football happening. It's nice to be able to enjoy this. So come keep supporting us and keep helping it. We want to keep being there for you and experiencing everything with you guys. So thank you guys.
Yeah, huge thank you to you guys. Huge thank you, especially for all of those who are new subscribers, or if you're just coming across this channel and you decide to watch this podcast all the way. We definitely appreciate it. That is the best way to support us right now until maybe some merchandise comes out. Let us know. But just as Theo said, get your exclusive invisible ink. All right. But just as Theo said, this is fun, guys. We are in the middle of off season right now, and I know that it's been a wild couple of days for the NFL with all of the different signings and the trades and everything else like that. And I know that there is some stuff that we missed, and hey, look, we can't cover it all. Okay, we're trying to condense this down to keep it still nice within a good time frame to keep you guys, interested. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, people see, an hour and a half long video, odds are they're not going to watch it. So unless if it's Joe Rogan with Aaron Rodgers, but whatever.
Pat McAfee for 3 hours.
Or Pat McAfee or some, the big hitters. But hey, we still come up to the plate. We still hit home runs over here at the Beardzone. So we appreciate the love, the support. Continue to follow us on all of our social medias. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button down there, and leave us a comment. What moves surprised you this offseason so far? There's still a lot more to come, but what moves has surprised you so far this offseason? And keep it coming back. Keep it coming back because we're going to be here every single week. Different days, but every single week we will drop a new video. And we stay engaged on our socials. So go ahead and just make sure to follow us there if you want to keep, in the loop all week round.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But fellas, it's been fun. This episode has been crazy, just like the free agency period has been, and I absolutely love it. Shout out to Kirk Cousins for being an honest man. Let's continue to be more like Kirk Cousins. That's my message to the people this week. Be more like Kirk Cousins.
Honesty is the best policy. Come on,
honesty is the best policy.
100%.
So, all right. On that note, everyone, Scooter,
Beardzone.